I've been asking myself a question lately. Am I using my time wisely? Between working full time, training for a marathon, and trying to stay connected with life outside of that. Sometimes it feels like there's never enough time.
I'm currently biking down a walkers only track, so I may get off the track, off the bike. I could go off the track, but it's down there, doesn't really look bikeable, so I'd rather walk on the track here. And so I'm glad I didn't completely just rip it through the trail, because I came around that corner after I finished recording and there was people walking another direction, so to walking speed it is. So I've been in my career for about 8 years now, and don't get me wrong, I really enjoy my job where I am and my career, and I'm very proud of what I've achieved in those 8 years, from starting from the bottom on a shovel. Now I wouldn't trade it for anything, but it's something like I'm wondering what next. When I first started doing interviews, I was asked, what's your 5-year plan? I achieved my 5-year plan in a matter of 2.5 years. What next? I haven't thought that far ahead. And it's one of those things, like, I'm happy where I am and I'm happy to stay where I am. It's like I don't want to get stuck in autopilot of being comfortable in this position. So I do want to try other things that outsource to other opportunities. So most of my time consists of working between 7 and probably 4:30 p.m. It's probably the average, because I would say I would like to work between 7 and 3:30 p.m, which would allow me a lot more time in the evenings to do things. But in reality it is probably like close to 5:30 I finish, but we'll get home and be able to do that. But at the moment I am also training for a marathon, which I love, don't get me wrong, I really love running, and I find it a really good pastime to relax and unwind from the day and not think about things that are occurring at work. But it doesn't leave me a lot of time to do other things, and also the time that I do have, the very little time I have, am I using it that wisely? Is there ways that I could be using that little time better to make myself grow, to be able to grow? I don't know, am I? Maybe not. So maybe I could be using that time better. One of my biggest time drains is scrolling social media and watching videos. I can do this for hours every day. It's not always bad, because sometimes it is very entertaining, but I want more intentional time. So it is time to change all these bad habits, and something that I've started doing is, before going to bed to unwind, I have been starting to just write down in a journal all the positive things that have happened during the day, because I feel like if we keep repeating positive things to ourselves, we'll end up having more of a positive outcome.
I've started reading books like Smarter Running to keep learning and improving. It's a small thing, but it makes me feel like I'm growing and learning again. And I think just something like picking up a book and trying to learn something new is how we progress. I've also realised how important it is to merge the things I love: training, travelling, being outdoors, spending time with people I care about. That balance makes all the difference. So am I using my time wisely? Maybe not perfectly, but I'm trying to be more aware of where it goes. That's the first step, because time is the one thing we can't get back. If you've ever asked yourself the same question, maybe tonight's a good time to start thinking about it.
What do you think, Grayson?
That is some crazy shit, man. Fuck.
Wow.